The sanctuary colony ship drifted silently through the void between stars, its hull scarred by decades of desperate flight. On the bridge, Captain Marcus Chen stared at the view screen displaying their destination. A small blue-green world orbiting, the star Kepler 442. Behind him, his science officer Dr. Lisa Nakamura worked frantically at her console, her 6 arms moving with practiced efficiency across the holographic displays. Lisa wasn't human. Neither were most of the million souls aboard the sanctuary. "Captain," Lisa's voice carried the harmonic undertones characteristic of her species, the Vile-3. "Long-range sensors confirm the planet is habitable. Oxygen, nitrogen, atmosphere, liquid water, temperate climate zones." Marcus nodded, his weathered face showing relief for the first time in months. "And the locals?" "Preliminary scans indicate a pre-industrial civilization. Humanoid, but definitely not human. They appear to be expecting us." That gave Marcus pause. "Expecting us?" Lisa's large, iridescent eyes met his. "There are structures being built along the coastlines, landing platforms by the look of them. And Captain, we're receiving a transmission." The main screen flickered, revealing the face of an alien being with pale blue skin and elegant features. When it spoke, the universal translator rendered its words in accented but clear English. "Welcome, refugees of the stars. I am Ambassador Thylon of Kepler 442b. We have prepared places for your people to rest and rebuild. Please accept our hospitality." Marcus felt his throat tighten. After so many years of running, of being turned away by world after world, this simple offer of welcome hit him harder than any weapon ever could. Behind him, the bridge crew began to stir. There was Kronek, the massive 4-armed engineer whose people had been branded as aggressive expansionists by the Galactic Council. There was Dr. Yanara, whose serpentine form had made her species outcast despite their incredible medical knowledge. There was Lieutenant Zeph, whose crystalline body had been deemed incompatible with organic life by countless worlds. All of them were here because their species had been labeled as threats, anomalies, or simply undesirable by the greater galactic community. The Vile-3 had been exiled for their excessive curiosity about quantum mechanics. The Thornax were banned for their disturbing habit of forming emotional bonds with their technology. The Cathera were shunned because their hive mind structure was deemed unnatural. And at the center of it all were the humans, the species, that had somehow become the universe's greatest advocates for the unwanted. "Sir," came a voice from behind him. Marcus turned to see Commander Elena Vasquez approaching, her expression serious. "The Refugee Council is requesting permission to come to the bridge. They want to see this for themselves." Marcus nodded. Within minutes, the bridge was filled with representatives from dozens of species, beings of every conceivable form, united only in their shared experience of rejection and their faith in human compassion. The transmission from the planet's surface continued. "We know your story, travelers of the sanctuary. We know how the Galactic Federation branded your species as dangerous or incompatible. We know how world after world closed their borders to you. And we know how one species, the humans, chose to stand with you when all others turned away." Lisa's translator crackled as she spoke quietly to Marcus. "Captain, I'm detecting massive construction projects across the planet's surface. They're not just building landing platforms, they're constructing entire cities, different architectures, for different physiologies. They're building us homes," whispered Dr. Yanara, her scaled form trembling with emotion. Ambassador Thylon's image smiled on the screen. 50 years ago, our world was dying. Our star was becoming unstable, and we faced extinction. The Galactic Federation deemed us beyond assistance. Our technology was too primitive. Our population too small to merit the expense of relocation. Marcus felt the pieces clicking together in his mind. But then, Thylon continued, "A human exploration vessel detected our plight. Captain Sarah Chen, I believe she was your predecessor, Captain, immediately diverted her mission to help us. Against direct orders from their own government, The human crew worked for 3 years to relocate our entire population to this world. They gave us the technology to stabilize our new home, taught us what we needed to know to thrive. The bridge fell silent except for the hum of life support systems. Marcus realized that every eye, organic and artificial, compound and simple, was on him. When we heard that the humans had become outcasts themselves for harboring refugee species, we knew we had to repay their kindness. This world is yours now, all of yours, for as long as you need it. Kronek's deep voice rumbled through the bridge's speakers. In all my years fighting the Federation's classifications, I never imagined this. Humans have a saying, Marcus said, his voice carrying to every corner of the bridge. Home is where the heart is. Today, I think our hearts are finally going to have a place to rest. Lisa's console chimed with new data. Captain, they're transmitting detailed orbital approach vectors and settlement assignments. It appears they've been planning this for decades. How many species total are they prepared to accommodate? Asked Commander Vasquez. Lisa's eyes widened as she processed the data. All of us, sir. Every single refugee species that the Federation has rejected over the past century. They've been building this place as a haven. Ambassador Thylan's voice continued from the speakers. The universe may have turned its back on you, but we remember what humans taught us, that every being deserves a chance to thrive. Welcome home. As the sanctuary began its descent toward Kepler 442b, Marcus looked around at the assembled refugees, species from across the galaxy, all united in their hope for a new beginning. The humans had started as champions of the unwanted, but somewhere along the way they had become something more. The bridge between what was and what could be. The universe had indeed turned its back on them. But in the end, that had only made room for something better, a community built not on the cold calculations of political advantage, but on the simple recognition that all life was precious. As they broke through the planet's atmosphere, Marcus smiled. Sarah Chen would be proud.